Hello everyone, my name is Snekato, and today we are going to learn about conditional statements, such as if, else, and ELIF. These type of statements are useful when we need to choose between two or many options, meaning that we compare values that depending of our statement, it will return a true or a false. And based on that value, Python will perform one or another action. For this, we are going to need comparison operators such as equal, different, smaller, smaller or equal, bigger, and bigger or equal. Let's start with the if statement in an example. We are going to create a variable named grade, and in this case, I'm going to set a value of 8 inside this variable. Now we create a function that will tell us whether we passed the class or we failed it. And the condition for passing the class is that the grade has to be bigger than 6. And our scale would be from 0 to 10. And inside this function, we are going to add the variable grade as an argument. So we can see this graphically. We can ask Python, hey Python, is my grade bigger than 6? If true, please return pass, and else, meaning that if it's false, return a fail. When we pass our previous chart into a code, it would look like this. So we first define a function named autograder with a grade as an argument, and we write if grade is bigger than 6, return pass, and else return fail. And then we're going to print our grade. I want to highlight that indentations are key in Python language. We use them to work in blocks. And in this case, the indentation is to indicate that this block of code belongs to our function autograder. When using the if statement, we compare two values and ask Python whether the statement is true or false. In this example, we ask Python if the grade is larger than 6. Also, don't forget that after a colon, an indentation always follows. If the answer for our question is yes, we tell it to return the string pass and ignore the rest of the code. Else, it goes straight to return the string fail. In this example, the answer is pass. That is why Python will ignore the rest of the code. Here, we don't really need to add the else statement because we only have two outcomes, true and false. But we will see how it works when we include ELIF. ELIF means else if, and we use it when we add more conditions. For example, in the following line, we can observe graphically where our conditions are located. Be really careful when constructing your conditional statements with many ELIFs, because the order matters a lot. Can you see how exam not submitted and honors overlap with fail and pass? If you code this in the wrong order, you might not get what you expect. Let's see what I mean by starting with pass and honors. If we start coding with the condition of grade bigger than 6, the part of the code for honors will never run because it is also bigger than 6. Python takes the first statement as true and returns all values over 6 as pass, even if the person gets 8, 9, or even 10. It ignores completely the rest of the code. That is the reason why we have to start with our special cases first. We are going to ask Python if the grade is bigger or equal to 8, and if it's true, we're going to ask it to return honors. Else if we are going to ask it if the grade is bigger than 6. If it's true, it will return a pass. And if it's false, we can continue with more ELIF statements. The same applies for the special case of 0, that means exam not submitted, and all values smaller than 6 or fail. We start our ELIF statement with the special case of 0 first and put the rest in an else. And if we transform this diagram into code, it would look like this. Here we have our variable grade set with the value 8. Under this, we have already defined our function autograder with grade as an argument. Inside this function, we are gonna include our conditional statements. We are going to start by saying if grade is bigger or equal than 8, please return honors. Else if grade is bigger than 6, return pass. Else if grade is equals to 0, return exam not submitted. Else, return fail. And then print the result of this function. When we run our code with a grade of 8, it will run the first part of the code and ignore the rest because it is true that our grade is bigger or equals to 8. Now let's assign our variable grade to a different value, in this case 3. And what Python is going to do is to test all of our conditionals from top to bottom again. So it will start with the first one. Is grade bigger or equals to 8? In this case, grade is 3, so it will be a false, and it would continue to the next condition. Is 3 bigger than 6? It is false, and it will continue with the code. Is grade equals to 0? Again, it's false. So the one that is actually true is fail. So it will return fail. Thank you so much for watching this whole video. If you like it, please press the like button and share it with your friends. See you in the next video. Bye.